Test, test. Finally, welcome to the show. Let me know if you guys can hear me well and everything. As always, I get totally crazy with this new software. It's unbelievable. It's so, because the whole system is open source, so you have to figure things out. Then the software crashed, and then you look in some messenger boards for some fixes and so on. So it's absolutely a nightmare. Let me know if the video and sound is good, and then we can directly dive into it. So thank you very much for tuning in. I think this is now the third live stream, and I'm super happy to get started. Funny story, yesterday I was asking you guys in the stream what is Good Friday, because I was totally I was thinking, okay, why the stock market is closed today, and then I was looking for the reason, and it was mentioning that it was Good Friday, and I said, like, what is Good Friday, guys? Can someone tell me what is Good Friday? And then it happened to be that I totally forgot that we have Eastern, so yeah, quarantine took me good, and and it's those days that you ask, which month is it, which day is it, right? What's my name? Yeah, so let's dive directly into some graphics here, just to give a couple of news. The first one is from Europe, and we let me just let me just have a look in the chat. Here you find sound is a bit low. Okay, let me just have a look. Sound is a bit low. Now it should be better. I think now it should be better. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me better now. Anyway, yeah, so first graphic is here. Europe approves $590 billion in virus stimulus. I mean, the funny part about Europe is, though, that you can imagine that in US you have a couple of different kind of politicians that need to agree on something together, but they are one nation and one country. Now think about the same in Europe, where you have basically like 20 different countries negotiating something together, and which country pays what, and what does the stimulus look like. So I can imagine that this was a pretty intense discussion in Europe, but however, they got to it and agreed to a $590 billion stimulus package, which is great. Should give the market definitely a push. Then we have New York cases look also better, and it's absolutely great to see that we having less ICU admissions, and there's some aid coming for the people in need and the health sector primary. That's amazing, I believe. Then we had some very good news from the IT or technology front, because Apple and Google teamed up to spread to basically track the spread of coronavirus using iPhone and Android apps, which is fantastic. I love when in such crises governments, companies, states, cities, everybody comes together to find a common solution, and this is great to really defend this, and obviously we having some news as well on the front of the OPEC oil production cut. So Mexico, apparently, from all the nations that need to agree on, are not really happy with the outcome, and it seems that they need to agree on that, and this should be some of the new kind of turmoil, let's say, for if they cannot agree to a deal, then obviously this is not so great for the markets, because this will add more uncertainty, right? Because we are in the live stream, guys, post your questions in the comments and I will get to them in a short of time. Let me have a look if someone have already questions. No questions so far. So guys, put your questions there and I will get to those once we are into that. So I want to also go a little bit into the market, because I want to have a look with you guys what last week actually was happening on the market, and therefore I will show you my screen, and you actually see here the S&P 500, which is about 2,789 points, and yesterday, last trading day, it was 1.45% plus, and we gained just last week 10%, which is amazing. If we are looking at onto the overall months, then you see that the last since about 23rd of March, we are into a certainly bull area where bulls are really want to go and see the stock market higher. As you might know, if you follow the vlogs and videos, I'm not quite convinced, because we had this kind of bulls in bear markets quite often, and in the end of the day, I don't see any big improvement as of now. However, same situation obviously in the Dow Jones. Usually with such big markets, we see that the two indexes are pretty much going together, side by side. You don't see one index going 5%, the other one going 2% or something. Usually, especially in this crises, they move together. So quite interesting, very happy, and interesting what will happen next week. So let me see if we have some questions. You can put your questions into the comments and I will get to it. I guess my stream is healthy. That's great. I hope the video and the audio is synced as well. So, and hello from Uruguay. Here learning a bit to get in the game. Good day for everyone. Yeah, I'm just streaming. It's 11 p.m. in Dubai. So I'm really curious where you guys are from. So let me know in the comments. The nice thing about I what I personally feel, I don't know how you guys feel, this certain crash days are quite, heavily on mentally on investors. I cannot be stressing this more out, that this kind of long weekends are quite, relaxing for us, and therefore, it's good to take a breath, to relax a bit, and go a little bit away from the markets. I think that's quite interesting and good for us for our mental health, especially if you are trading a little bit on the sides. I think that it's interesting to cool down a bit while we have a long weekend. By the way, I wanted to check. Let me have a look. Stock market holidays. Let's have a look. Holidays and trading hours. So we have obviously here Good Friday will be closed, but Monday should be open. So the next closed holiday will be Memorial Day on the 25th of May. Otherwise, at least US will be open on Monday again, Monday, Tuesday, while I think European markets will be kept closed, I think at least until Monday, because Monday is Easter Monday. And I can imagine that a lot of European stocks will be closed that day. But Monday, we should be back with the market. I just posted for all your Tesla fans out there today a vlog about Tesla guidance. I think that's quite interesting. As you know, Elon Musk put a guidance of 500,000 cars or Tesla sales, and this is quite amazing. In the end of the day, it's interesting if they can make it. I put a whole video, some calculations to that. So if you're interested into that, make sure to move after the stream to my videos and go. So I'm quite I'm just reading the comments, sorry. Steve Sullivan is saying the mic is cool with the light, but I'm not sure the delay is from that. So you guys are having a delay. Let me know if this is just with Steve or with the other guys as well. This would be obviously important to have no delay for you guys. Greetings from Spain. Great, yeah. I just watched Casa del Papel, also very interesting. A Spanish series on Netflix, very interesting. So just okay. So Vic is saying no delay. That's great. Let me know in the comments. Slight delay. Okay. Maybe I will later on look into the recording and and will basically adjust. This is just my third stream, so I'm super happy that the overall setting is quite interesting. I will get some little bit more light. I thought about to make it maybe a little bit more, with some colors, but more to that, as some of you guys saw maybe the new intro. Obviously, I need the new intro from my live streams. So I think this will be fun times. Today, obviously, the market is a little bit low in news, and as I said, a little bit of a chance to breathe. But let's come a little bit, just one more thing for my videos. One thing is that I think if you are a Tesla investor or interested, have a look on this one, on the one that I was talking about. And on day before yesterday, I released a vlog where I'm just saying that the current markets, according to the PE ratio, are sky high. So even though we are about, let me have a look how far we are away from highs. So let's say here the Dow. You should see my screen now, And if we are looking into that, we are about 20% from the highs in the mid of February. The same was about also here 17% in the S&P, also from the highs. So though we have about 20% of highs in the two main indexes in the US, we are from the valuation point with the newer estimates of the PE, price earnings ratios, are very high. And this is because you can imagine that, you know, once earnings are getting newly estimated or released, obviously, then PE ratios adjust. And we don't know, we have no idea until now how the earnings season will affect the companies. Obviously, people are really expecting bad earnings. I think it will be a mix of earnings. I think companies like Amazon, like Netflix will totally crash the earnings. And on the other side, I think that companies like, say something, airlines or hotel businesses will have a horrible earnings. And not only the numbers, but also the guidance will be super important. Maybe some companies will even not say any guidance for the next couple of months. Could be possible, because this will give volatility to the market. And I think that there will be chances, there will be also risks. But however, once we have this data of the earnings, we will see that actually we are quite very high in the valuations, and therefore I believe there's a potential for more lows in the market. And I'm currently waiting on the sidelines with a little bit of cash to get better prices. So as I said, do you guys have any questions? Let me have a look into the comments. Okay, so the sound should be fine now. Vic, I sold Tesla last month at 617, which is quite good, because we are way under that. Wish I did that at 400, but chickened out. Already up nicely from after hours trading last night. Looking forward to the big boost at Q1. Okay. Yeah, I think what was very interesting is how deep Tesla actually went down. So I will just pull up the chart of Tesla of the 3 months, or the 6 months even. So you can see here somewhere was the all-time high with $968,000. But if you are looking into this chart, so mid of Feb was the recent highs. Then we went 60% down. And this is, the thing about Tesla, that you have a very volatile stock. Then somewhere, I think it's not very accurate here in this program, but we were somewhere, I think 350, 348, and then went back up about 58% since the recent lows. One of the big turnaround stocks. And I also think, once we know a little bit about the business, how it will affect Tesla, we shall see maybe a little bit more of a downturn. This is what I'm hoping. And then to get into Tesla with better prices. And then in the end of the day, also to see where we can further then go into Tesla in terms of further growth. I think in the long term, as you know, I'm very convinced that this stock will be somewhere in the thousands, right? And I can't wait and be very, very happy to see that. But obviously, I want to pick up some stocks on the way for a cheaper price. So in the end of the day, I really enjoy this live streams with you guys. Let me know what you think. I think that's it for today. I have a new intro, outro that I will play for you. Enjoy, and I see you tomorrow.